Hi guys, it's Lori Ballen here in Las Vegas with Ballen Brands. And I have a real estate business here in Las Vegas, and I also run a marketing company called Ballen Brands. And on today's tutorial, I'm going to give you a quick walkthrough of a fantastic keyword tool. Now, it's called by two names, and I don't know which one's technically correct. SEM Rush, as in search engine marketing, and in other places they call it SEMrush. I've heard it called both names. So SEM Rush or SEMrush. This is a really cool keyword tool, and I got to tell you, it has just grown and grown and grown since I started using it. At one time, I actually left this tool and went to another tool, and then came back to this one because of some of the things that they added. So I'm going to show you some of the. Obviously, there is just so much to this tool that it would take way more than one video, but I want to show you some of the key things that I've often talked about in Lori Ballen's Mastermind, which is my Facebook group for primarily for real estate agents doing marketing, digital marketing specifically. I talk about a lot how I track my rankings and competitor rankings for search engine optimization as well as search engine marketing. So search engine optimization is where we try to rank organically without paying per click, and search engine marketing is where we pay per click. Okay, those are the big differences, and this tool covers a lot of both. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do, use my link in this video. I'll have a link attached in the video in the body of this video here. And if you set up your account, I would appreciate you using my link. We do get some benefit from that, so I appreciate that very much. When you first log in, you'll be able to use a free version of the tool, but then when you when you want to dive in further, you'll need to pay. It's not the least expensive tool in the world, but most of these SEO and SEM tools are pretty expensive. So, but they're well worth it if you use it. So you'll have to decide if it's worth it to you. So here's the first thing I want to show you. Let's say you have a website and you want to know how you're ranking on the search engines. You want to know what keywords you rank for and possibly which pages those are attached to. Obviously, it's your pages that rank for a particular keyword phrase. So this is going to show us which keywords, phrases those are, and then in addition, which pages those are. And then each page will show us all of the keywords that it ranks for. And so I want to start with that, and then I want to show you how to measure competition. So let's just pretend that we're Zillow, okay? I wanted to pick a real estate website that had enough data here to really show you what the tool's capable of. And so I decided to pull Zillow as our real estate example here, okay? Now, what you're going to be able to see is a lot of different metrics that you may or may not dive into, and I'm not going to cover all of them, but right here we can see that Zillow has an organic traffic of 34 million. 34 million. That is a lot of traffic. I think I'm set for 30 days here. So let me pull this back. Let me look at their historical December 16 and see what they pulled in for December. Yeah, 33.2 million for December. So we'll go ahead and look at December since January is not finished yet. So in December, they had 33.2 million visitors to their website. And they have 4.2 million ranking keywords. And the traffic cost value, which means if they were to spend their way in to that same organic traffic, they would be spending $27.9 million a month, which they do have some display advertising as well, but it's much smaller compared to that organic traffic. So now your website's not going to be in the millions. Some of you are just starting out will be lucky to be in the hundreds, right? And then some of us are in the thousands. So this is the biggest model here that I'm giving you an example of, again, just so that I could pull significant data. If you put your website in up here and it doesn't come up, first of all, get rid of the HTTP or HTTPS on the front end and make sure there's no extensions at the end. Just do your main domain name to start off with. And if it's not coming up, it's just possible that your website is too new and there's not enough data yet to pull. from there. So what else we're able to see? The traffic growth. You can see here that Zillow has been on a significant rise over since 2010, 2011, 2000. You can see this climb here, okay? And again, pretending this was your website, this would be a good monitor. But here's really where I like to look at my keywords. So right here, the top organic keywords, there are 4,176,481 ranking keywords for December. So let's look at the full report here. And I'm just going to point out a couple of the key metrics that I think are important to pay attention to if this were your website, okay? Now, for you real estate agents, I want you to get out of your head for a second that this is Zillow, and I want you to look at this as if it were your website so that you can retain what I'm telling you a little bit more, okay? So just forget that it's Zillow, forget that it's massive numbers for a second. Just pretend that it's yours, okay? Here's what I would be looking at if this were my own website. We're going to talk about competitors in a minute, but if this was my own website, I'm going to sort it. It's naturally sorted by traffic percentage down. And this is for a reason. What this column does is it tells you out of these 4,176,481 ranking keywords, 22% of the organic traffic is coming from the exact match keyword phrase Zillow. Okay? Now, if you're Zillow, that's a good thing. So what that means is that Zillow's brand search is its #1 traffic earner for its organic rankings. So people type in the word Zillow. That means their TV is working. All of their commercials are working. People understand when they want to look at houses that they want to go to Zillow. So that's like the ultimate really, really cool thing that happens if you're really good at your brand marketing. Now, from a competitor standpoint, that doesn't tell us much other than unless we're going to try to rank for the keyword Zillow, or for paid advertising, we're going to pay for the keyword Zillow. Okay, that would be as a competitor standpoint. But as if this is my own website, I'm looking at which keywords bring me in the highest amount of traffic. Okay, so it's interesting, isn't it, that out of 4 million plus keywords, 22% of their traffic comes from one exact match phrase. And exact match simply means that somebody literally went into the search bar like this. I was looking up how to pronounce SEMrush or SEMrush. Okay, so somebody actually went here and they typed in the keyword phrase Zillow with nothing in front of it and nothing behind it. Exact match, okay? Now, a phrase match, and this would be good if you're ever doing like pay-per-click marketing, would be something with a word in front of it or a word behind it. So Zillow Maps, okay, something like that. And so what this is telling us is that most of their traffic came from people typing in the word Zillow. Now, it's possible there's some this was a broad match. There are some other keywords around it that Zillow isn't technically, or that SEMrush isn't technically tracking. You're not going to see every keyword in here. It's strange because you would think with 4,176 keywords, it has all of them in here, but a lot of the long tails don't show up in here. And so it might have grouped them. It's possible it grouped them under Zillow, but that's their main search. Okay. Second one is Zillow.com. Third one is Zillow.com. Fourth, okay, Zillow. So clearly their brand search is really popular. Now, the next one is mortgage calculator. So they rank in position #3. The volume is how many searches a month there is for that particular keyword phrase. And I want to say, oh shoot, I can't hover over that. I want to say, oops, let me go back. I want to say that SEMrush may be using global. I was trying to see because I'm not sure. Oh wait, there we go. I was hovering over it. Come on, pop up. There it goes. Calculate over the last 12 months. Average number of times users have searched for given. So this really doesn't tell us if it's US or global. So I'm going to assume it's global. In your Google Keyword Planner, you can actually sort by local, by county, by city, by US, by global. And so this one doesn't tell us exactly, but I'm going to assume that it's searching globally. So 2,240,000 people. So the fact that they rank number 3 for a keyword phrase that has over 2 million searches a month is very significant. Even though it's only less than 1% of their traffic, that's still a huge amount. It's a massive amount because of how high that search is, okay? So then we look over here and we have a cost per click estimate of $1.45. So that's another indicator of how valuable that keyword phrase is. Typically, the more people are spending on a keyword, the more valuable that keyword would be deemed. And this is how they're figuring out that traffic cost is by this cost per click. So that's a significant ranking. Okay, so if you were looking at your own website, this would be a significant thing to look at. And what I tend to do is I look at those top pages and I say, okay, out of all of my keywords that are actually bringing in the top 1% of my traffic, at least up to at least starting at this 0.01% of traffic, right? Because some will just have 0. So out of all the keywords that are actually generating traffic, starting from high to low, I go look at those pages to see, can I optimize that page for lead capture? So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Let's look at the mortgage calculator one. That'll be a better example. So I'm going to right click on this URL and I'm going to open it. And I'm actually going to open the page for a second, and then we'll come back to the tool. Okay. So I would now look at this page if this were my website, and I would check a couple of things. I would check bounce rates, which is, how many people performed a search on the search engine, landed on my page, and then left without taking any action. The lower the number, the better. The higher the bounce rate, it means I could probably do something better on my page. There's a good chance that I can optimize my page more for clicks, time on the page, looking at photos, or taking some sort of action. Now, a page like this probably has a very low bounce rate because there's a call to action. There's one thing to do, and that's figure out your mortgage calculator. So they probably have a pretty low bounce rate. I'm going to look at that, and then I'm going to look at if I'm ranking number 3, is there any way I can optimize my page to possibly rank number 2 or number 1? Because the difference in website traffic between each ranking position is significant. The top three on the search engines get over half of the traffic from page 1, and the number 1 spot is known to get about 33% of the traffic, website traffic. So if I could get from 3 to 2, or 3 to 1, or 2 to 1, it's going to be a significant jump. So I will always look at my page 1 and 2 ranking pages and see what I can do to move them up in position to generate more traffic. Okay, so then I look at the page data and look at this. Down here, I can see all of the keywords now that page ranks for. And in Zillow's case, it ranks for 6,324 organic keywords for that one page. Okay, now let me shift gears here. Now let's say we're looking for ideas. We're looking for what else can I put on my page to optimize it for the search engines and for the consumer. What else can I build, blog posts around, or Facebook ads around, or Google AdWords around, or whatever. I'm going to look at competitor data to judge what else might my page need on it. So let's just say I'm going to learn from Zillow and I'm going to go build a mortgage calculator page and hope that I can get some of that local traffic that's right here in my own sandbox to use my mortgage calculator. So I might kind of look at some of these keywords and go, okay, does my page include anything about the mortgage payment calculator? Okay, then I'm going to keep going down. Home loan. Do I discuss anything about home loans? Do I use the word home loans in there? And I'm not talking about stuffing these keywords in there. I'm talking about including a little portion. So example, maybe you have your mortgage calculator page here and you want to include something about home loan. Well, how about underneath here? And they probably already have it here and there. See, yeah, there you go. I didn't scroll all the way down. See how you can scroll down here and there's home loan information. So you might include a little section or a little paragraph or a little something on getting a home loan, or what does it take to get a home loan, or as a first time get a home loan as a first time home buyer, and you put something like that in there. Okay. Mortgage estimate, taxes and insurance. So now maybe you want to add a little paragraph in there about taxes and insurance and what is PMI and how that's figured into the calculator. And then you're going to keep scrolling down here. Oh, FHA is another one. Okay. Well, did I discuss anything specifically about it being FHA? And this goes on and on and on. So from a competitor standpoint, I'm going to go pull several, if I'm going to build a mortgage calculator page, because now I got this idea from Zillow, I'm going to go pull several of the top page one ranking pages like this. So I'm going to go over to Google now, and I'm going to type in mortgage calculator. And I'm going to look at a number at the top ranking. See, there's Zillow number 3. So mortgagecalculator.org. Well, that makes sense. Single focus, huh? Is number 1. So I'm going to take this URL right here, and I'm going to go over to my tool, and I'm going to put it right in that search bar. I'm going to click search, and then I'm going to look at all the keywords they rank for. And I'm going to make sure that I have covered every topic that all of these pages are ranking for. This is semantic search, and this is how Google is determining how entities rank on the search engines in 2017. They're looking for, instead of looking for a keyword repeated over and over and over again, they're looking for these similar keywords that are also seen among other top pages that have that topic. They're reading topic, they're reading intent. So if you want to rank for mortgage calculator, your web page is going to be pulled up, and it's going to be compared against these other top ranking pages, and it's going to scour your page, it's going to and crawl your page and look for these semantic keywords. It's going to look for these other keywords in here to see if you also have them. So it's important to take a look at if you're trying to rank on page 1, take a look at what the other page ones have done, okay? And you can look at the relevance of how important they are by this search volume here. Again, all you have to do is click the button up here, and you can sort from high to low, and you'll be able to see search volume on that particular keyword to determine how important it may or may not be. Now, don't sell a low volume keyword phrase short. I get a ton of leads from my real estate website here in Las Vegas for keywords like horse property that have less than 200 local searches a month. But if you're the one that comes up over and over again, and it's laser targeted and covers a particular niche, you can do a big business on a couple hundred a month searches, okay? But this just might be how you sort by priority, or you could sort by the cost per click value, which might even be more important. How much are people spending on that? There might not even be as high a volume, but people have figured out that it's a good lead source, and so the cost per click could be higher, okay? So there's some ideas on how to track. I'm going to show you one more thing, but there's some ideas on how to track your website and how to look at a competitor's website. Now I want to show you something really cool with the domain over domain, and then we'll finish our video here today, and we'll come back and look at some other tools, some other features of this tool down the road. But let's look at domain versus domain. This is one of my favorites. All right. So here's what you're able to do. Let's pretend again that we are Zillow. So this first URL will be your website. Now, the next one will be your competitor's website. So whoever it is that you want to compare against. Here's the best way to do this. Go over to Google and type in your area and niche. Let's just say it's San Diego. So type in San Diego homes for sale. Okay. Skip the ads, add, and go down to number 1, number 2, number 3, that type of thing. And you're going to pull one of these. I suggest that you pull the first most local one past Zillow and all of them first. So let's just take this one, homesalesandiego.com. So you would copy it, and you would put that in the domain without the www. See how that works? And so your domain would go here, Home Sales San Diego would go here. But in our case, we're going to use realtor.com, and we'll use, let's do homes.com. Okay. Now you can compare organic. That's the earned in search engine traffic. You can select paid, and that's going to bring compare your SEM, your search engine marketing, your Google AdWords. Now here, if you go to advanced mode, you can actually put in more domains. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let me just show you what it does, and I'll show you something else you can do with the custom. Realtor.com and homes.com. So what it's going to do now is it's going to put these all side by side, and based on a particular keyword, it's going to show where they rank compared to each other. And it's sorted by highest search volume down. So again, you could let's sort by cost per click down. So we'll do the highest cost per click value down. Okay. So look at this. What you need to get pre-approved for a mortgage. That sounds like a blog post to me, right? That's a pretty good keyword phrase there for either a lender or a real estate agent. And so let's pretend this is our site. So we rank number 48. So that means if there's 10 organic listings on a search engine results page, then we would be like on the bottom of page 5. Okay. Also, yeah. So bottom of page 5-ish. So I'm always looking at my top 100 keywords. How do I move those up? How do I move those up? How do I move those up? Once they get to anywhere in the 20s and above, then I get really aggressive about pushing them up if the cost per click value is high enough or the search volume looks like it's worth messing with, okay? So you can see here that realtor.com ranks number 12, homes.com ranks number 97. So if these were your competitors, you know, homes.com isn't doing so well, so I'm not going to pay much attention to them. But realtor.com's number 12. Let me go look at realtor.com's website and see what they did well, so that I can not copy directly, but I can get ideas and look at what else their page ranks for, what didn't I cover, what other paragraphs can I add in here, that type of thing. Okay? And what you can also do, and this is really cool, let's say you're just starting out. So your website doesn't have very many rankings. So you're not really the comparison point to see where you rank in comparison to your competitors, but you want to get ideas on what pages to build, what blog posts to build, what content to build, videos, all that good stuff. So instead, what you can do here with this advanced search is you can say, show me, oh, here it is. Click this little circle. Show me only unique words to realtor.com that are not also, so common word, unique keywords. Yeah, unique keywords. And let me do a unique keywords here and I'll show you what I mean. So then we'll click go. So now we're going to see keywords that each website ranks for that the other ones don't. So this is a really cool starting point where you could put in your competitors up to 5. I believe it's here. I understand you can do up to 10 on a report, but let's just say up to 5 on here. So you put in your top competitors by going over to Google and putting in the top 10, put in the top 5 local, it'll be 4 because it'll be you, 1, 2, 3, 4. So put in the top 4 local, most local websites you can find. And then you're gonna look at, okay, what do they rank for that I don't? And this is also really good if you've got a website actually that's been around for a while and you've been doing some good search engine optimization. You might be missing something. You don't realize that there's something hot out there. So for example, like in my case, horse property, I discovered that by just building out pages based on my MLS fields, and horse property was one of them. It immediately went to the top, and I started getting all these leads for horse property, so it wasn't actually intentional by any means. But I could have spotted it here as well. So if I put in my competitors, I might see horse property, I might see Palms Hotel, I might see homes with FHA approved financing, you know, things like that that I might have not realized were valuable. I just never thought about it. They'll show up here in my competitor list, and I go, oh, I need to go build something based on that now. So that's it for today. Please use my link for this tool if you want to check it out. And I'm in Las Vegas for your referrals, real estate referrals. My name is Lori Ballen, and I have several partners here in Henderson, North Las Vegas, and in Reno. And we very much appreciate your real estate referrals for Lori Ballen at Keller Williams. And if you need help with your marketing, we actually build real estate websites. So head on over to ballenbrands.com. We build real estate websites. We create search engine optimized blog content and articles. We manage pay-per-click services, all kinds of fun stuff. So if you need help getting more leads, we are your lead generation team. Check us out at ballenbrands.com.